And it's a superb viewing position.
Yeah.
Well, a very good afternoon. This is Derek Disley. Welcome you to Hilton Park, Leigh, for this afternoon's Stones Bitter Championship First Division fixture between Leigh and Leeds. The visitors from Headingley are out first, so I'll give you the lineup for this afternoon. It's at 1, John Gallagher, 2, Jim Fallon, 3, Kevin Iroll, 4, Craig Innes, 5, Carl Gibson, 6, Gary Schofield, 7, Andy Gregory, 8, Steve Malloy, 9, James Lowes, 10, Sean Wayne, 11, Andy Goodway, 12, Paul Dixon, and 13, their skipper, Ellery Hanley. The Leeds substitutes are at 14, Carl Grigg, and 15, Mike O'Neill. The home side, Leigh line up at 1, David Tanner, 2, Barry Ledger, 3, David Rowaine, 4, Scott Mann, 5, David Hill, 6, Jason Donoghue, 7, Stuart Pugsley, 8, Lee Hanson, 9, Andy Rowaine, 10, John Costello, 11, John Elias, 12, Andy Collier, and 13, the Leigh skipper, John Pendlebury. The Leigh substitutes are 14, Scott Martin, and 15, Simon Baldwin. Our match officials, our referee is John Holsworth from Kippax, and our 2 touch judges are Mr. A. Richmond and Mr. M.J. Hesketh. I've got with me in the commentary box this afternoon Stuart Duffy. Stuart, a game really that both sides need to win.
Well, it is, Derek. You wouldn't have thought at the beginning of the season that Leeds had been involved in any relegation battles, but they've not strung a lot of form together. Some good wins peppered with some bad losers, as it were. And both sides really need to win, desperate to climb away. Of course, St Helens came here and paid the penalty in similar conditions, and I know that the feeling on the Leeds bus coming was that it would be a difficult game here today.
Well, Leigh, as you said, 11 days ago defeated St Helens here at Hilton Park, but suffered for that with a 28 points to 4 home defeat by Halifax last Sunday. Leigh just the 1 league win behind them this season. Leeds have only got 3 wins to their credit in the First Division. So a game, as I said, both teams really desperate to win. A good crowd despite the conditions here at Hilton Park this afternoon. A good following come over from Yorkshire to support the Loiners, and Leigh, not without their supporters, encouraged and hoping that their Australian coach Steve Sims can turn the team around. Had a mistake by Andy Gregory from the kick-off. Jim Fallon takes the tattle from John Pendlebury, so it's Leeds in possession inside their own quarter line. Good defence again by Mann and Hanson for Leigh, and it's now the big forwards coming up. Leeds using their props to good effect in the early runs. Lowes now brings in Wayne. Good defence again by Leigh. John Elias, their Australian second row forward. And a short kick from Gregory, catches the Leigh defence out. Brilliantly taken by David Tanner. Most unusual take, but very effective. And David Rowaine quickly in on the action for Leigh. Runs into Paul Dixon though, and Lowes. Lee Hanson now on the charge. Good defence over on the far side by Iro. Elias now takes it up, runs into Malloy. So Leigh now with Pugsley onto Pendlebury. Pendlebury don't miss. Good defence from Andy Gregory there. Leigh wanted to get up with it quickly. Now to Rowaine, who launches the eye up and under. It is the last kick. Well, the referee calls them back for the knock-on the 6th tattle. Leeds didn't look too keen on that high ball, Stuart.
No, it looked to be a little lack of confidence there to take the high ball. I thought Leigh were a little bit unlucky there. It could have easily been given that try.
So the first turnover of the game goes Leeds' way, and Leeds under pressure in these opening minutes. Leigh keeping them penned in their own quarter line. Dixon brought down in front of his own posts. Wayne, good charge from Sean Wayne, takes it up to the 20-metre line. Lowes now brings in Schofield. The ball finds its way to Fallon. The ball's lost. The referee calls them back for the knock-on. We'll have our first scrum of the game. So a bright opening by the home side. Nothing to show for their efforts so early in the game. Leigh win the first scrum. Now out to Donahue. Donahue looking to take them on. Runs into Hanley. Collier on the drive. Gets away from Hanley. Tattle by Iro and Goodway. Underway now. Looking for Leigh Hansen. Hansen on the inside. Hanley the tattler once more. Leigh again up to the Leeds 20-metre line. Underway now to Pugsley. Not the best of passes. Pendlebury forced to go it alone. Three-man tattle greets him, and it's Wayne and Hanley that get him to the floor. Pugsley now. Short kick ahead. Well, is it all on? Well, the referee once again, Stuart, indecision.
Yes, a little bit of indecision there from Leeds again, and I think Leigh would unlucky at that. Could have Leeds have been allowed to go on, and Leigh would have been in a very strong position in the Leeds quarter with 6 more tackles to go, did it?
Well, Leeds win that scrum. Hanley comes away with the ball. So Leeds still in possession, but still inside their own quarter. Bring Malloy into the charge. Lowe's now on to Wayne. Good short ball to Dixon. Lowe's once more to Gregory. On to Schofield. Lee's looking to open it out. Schofield goes away from his players in the end, and Pendlebury makes the tackle. So 30 metres from their own line. Goodway goes from acting half-back. And it's the last tackle. And what will Leeds come up with from this position? Back to Gallagher for the kick. Leeds player down on the floor, Paul Dixon. Didn't see what happened there. Tanner is brought down by Malloy. And Leigh are in position midway between their own quarter and halfway. A penalty for Leigh. First penalty of the game goes to Leigh for offside. And David Ruane will take the relieving kick for touch. Well, he fails to find touch, but Leigh get away with it because Carl Gibson knocks on. So Leigh will have head and ball at the scrum. So Pugsley to feed. Donahue now out to David Ruane. Long ball to Mann. Mann throws it wildly away to Hill, who drops the ball in the tackle, but it went backwards. David Ruane now for Leigh. Going crossfield at the moment. Good defence from Sean Wayne. Under Ruane now. On to Costello. Malloy is the tattler. And Leeds at last beginning to put some pressure on the home side. Collier falls to a tackle from Goodway. Pendlebury now. On to Hansen. A fine break from Leigh Hansen. On to Elias. Good defence from Fallon. Elias keeps going though. Hanley makes the stop. 15 metres out. Pugsley now. The grubber kick. It's a good one. And it's taken over the line. Good pressure again from Leigh, Stewart.
A tremendous break there from Hansen. Timed his pass well. And Leigh, they just kick him with the corner. And Ellery Hanley having to scramble that ball in.
Well, all Leigh in these opening 6 minutes. Got no points on the board as yet. Not the best of drop kicks from Gary Schofield. Taken by Elias. And he's brought down by Wayne. Under Wayne taking it up once again to the Leeds quarter line. Pugsley now goes left. On to Costello. Costello drives in to set up the position once more. 15 metres out. Pendlebury now. On to Collier. Good defence from Hanley low down. Iro round the top. Will the Leigh attack be able to crack this defence? Tanner dodging and weaving, wrapped up by Innes. Last one again, good defence from Leeds. Well, a blatant tattle by Goodway on David Ruane after he kicked the ball, but referee Holsworth will have none. And it's now Gibson from acting half-back for the visitors. Well, I thought he was going to give a high tackle against Lee Hansen, but he changed his mind. Lawes now, on to Dixon. Good defence from Andy Collier for Leigh. Good defence by Pendlebury on Goodway. And Leigh doing a good job defensive-wise at the moment. Well, the ball's knocked on by Innes. Leigh come up with possession. Pugsley now out to Collier. Good defence from Innes. Leigh keeping the pressure on. Tanner coming to have a run. Malloy and Gregory the tattlers. Donahue now. Donahue with the run around. But a bad pass to Hill. Relief for Leeds. They're really under the cosh at the moment, Stuart.
Yes, I've been very impressed with Leigh, the way they've kept Leeds down in this 20-metre area. The tackling's been tremendous, and they've moved the ball wide, which is not conducive to the conditions today, but they've played some good football today.
But they've nothing to show for their efforts as yet. 8.5 minutes gone. That makes the scrums 2 each. And Leeds in possession just outside their own quarter line. Lawes now behind the acting half-back. Brings in Malloy. Crunching hit there from Scott Mann. On to Hanley. Hanley gets a good ball away to Iro. Iro steps away from one. Gets it out to Fallon. Well, Leeds keeping it going. It's on to Lawes. Lawes is going to go all the way. And the try is not given. No try, Stuart. Forward pass indicates the referee, I think. Or has he given it? Has he given it on reflection? Well, I thought he'd indicated a knock-on.
Yes, I thought Mr. Holsworth had indicated a knock-on, but that's a good try and a lovely turn of pace there from James Lawes. And that's a debut try for James Lawes for Leeds. And it split the defence there. It was the ball from Hanley to Kevin Iro that got the line moving there, and Leeds show what pace and what they can do when they get the ball.
And Leigh have been forced into a substitution. On comes Simon Baldwin. Just have to check who's gone off. Looks as though it could be Andy Collier. Gregory takes that from the kick-off. And Leeds will be encouraged by those early points. So Leeds taking the ball up now. Lawes attacked in half-back, brings in Schofield. On to Wayne. Lawes again, Schofield once more. Good way. Leigh have got to stop this ball in the tackle. Hanley gets it out. Hanley upended, but he gets it away to Iro. Iro, a difficult man, gets it inside to Fallon. Here come Leeds again. Good defence from Baldwin. Leeds beginning to threaten now. Now with Schofield, out to Gregory. Knocked down though by the Leeds centre, David Ruane. Sudden inspiration and confidence everywhere in this Leeds team, Stuart.
Yes, Kevin Iro had the sparkling debut against Widnes a few weeks ago, and he's struggled a bit since then, and I think that Gary Schofield coming back into the side has just let the ball flow more to Iro's side, and we've shown twice what he can do there. Big, strong running centre, one of the best in the world.
Well, it was always difficult to bring down when he wore a Wigan shirt. Certainly looks as though he doesn't change now that he's in a Leeds shirt, but Leeds win the possession. Innes in the line, good defence though on Gallagher by his opposite number Tanner. But it's a very confident looking Leeds outfit at the moment. Innes away to Fallon. Fallon inside to Iro. Iro again gets out to 3 would-be tackles. Lawes now, the long pass to Gregory. On to Schofield. Numbers again here for Schofield. But crossing against Andy Goodway. They get the second penalty of the game. And John Pendlebury, the skipper, is asking for a change of kicker. No, he's relying upon David Ruane again. He didn't reach last time, Ruane. A heavy ball, heavy conditions, but he finds a touch this time, 5 metres in the Leeds half of the field. So, can Leigh get back at the their more illustrious opponents. Good defence by Malloy and Wayne on Hanson. Well taken up by Costello. Under away now. Goes right to Pendlebury. Well, a wide ball picked up by Ledger. Was certainly not intended for him, but Tanner couldn't take the pass. Good defence from Innes. Elias now. On to Hanson. Well, Leeds will settle for that type of rugby all day. Leigh have got to move it about. It's on the last tattle. Chip comes in from Pendlebury. Going to put the pressure on Gallagher again. Takes the yard from his own line. Leigh allow him to make 10 metres before he's brought to ground. So it's James Lowes behind the play of the ball. On to Gibson. Gibson changes the direction but doesn't outwit Pugsley. Lowes now to Gregory. Oh, Leeds have got men outside here, but Gregory was closed down quickly by Elias. Lowes now. Schofield, anti-Tom. Malloy clears the quarter line before he's stopped. Lowes again. Kick comes in from Schofield. Doesn't find touch. Taken on his own quarter line by Tanner. But the man that made the kick is the man that makes the tackle. There is Schofield. Assisted by Ellery Hanley. David Hill now looking for a way through for Leigh, but Hanley makes the stop again. Pendlebury behind the play of the ball, brings in Scott Mann. Solid tackling from Leeds. Lee Hanson on the charge now. Loses the ball in the tackle. Well, Stuart, Leeds holding their own now.
Yes, certainly looked to be putting some more pressure on Leigh and getting the ball out. It was a lovely kick from Gary Schofield. It didn't find touch, but it certainly set up the position, and Leeds now are going to have a scrum with head and ball here and 6 tackles to put some pressure on that Leigh line.
So Gary Schofield receiving treatment at the moment. Referee John Holdsworth goes to check the position. 15.5 minutes of the game gone. Leeds ahead by 4 points to 0 at the moment. So it'll be Gregory to feed the scrum. Leeds come up with the possession. Schofield's long ball to Innes. Out to Iro. Iro allowed to get the ball out to Innes in the tackle. Back inside to Gallagher. Good play from Leeds. Schofield keeps it moving to Iro. Leeds have got a 4-to-1 overlap. Malloy, but the pass wasn't a good one. It's dropped twice. Well, the overlap was created with ease there, Stuart. 4-to-1.
Yes, it was, and just not a very good pass, a bit of ambitious passing the conditions and the ball put to ground, but just shows you what Leeds are capable on their day when they get their attacking football flowing.
Well, Leigh win the scrum. Donoghue now brings in Mann. Mann gets away from Iro, but not Innes. Elias though, but from a standing start. Leeds got the upper hand at the moment, beginning to dominate a little in centre field. Costello now for Leigh. Loses the ball as he's crunched tackled by Wayne. Leigh can't afford to concede possession in these areas. Schofield now. The long pass out to Gibson. Gibson's sidestepping. Stopped in the end by Baldwin. All looking very ominous for the home supporters at the moment. Lowes now on to Wayne. Good defence again from young Simon Baldwin, making his league debut for Leigh this afternoon. Gregory now gets the ball back. Well, it's taken by Fallon. Combination of Mann and Hill stopping, but Leeds getting a little ambitious with the passing now. Gregory, the long ball to Schofield. Schofield dragged to the ground, but he gets the ball away in the tackle. Now with Gallagher. He's finally upended on halfway by Donoghue. Last tackle indicates the referee. Gregory puts the kick in. Hill allows it to drift out of touch, and Leigh settled for head and ball. A good spell this from Leeds, Stuart.
It's good spell of pressure there from Leeds, coming to nothing at the end there, and very difficult to play football, I think, in the middle of the park where it's very muddy, and Leeds will have to concentrate on getting the ball out wide.
So head and ball to Leigh at this scrum. Makes the scrum count 4 each at the moment. Donahue takes them on. So Leigh needs someone from half-back to run at this visitors' defence. Fine break by Pendlebury. Nobody went with the skipper. Stopped by Hanley. Hanson now. Hanson tries to shrug off Hanley, can't. Leigh 10 metres short of halfway. Underway now, out to Pendlebury again. Pendlebury drives forward, stopped by Lowes and Malloy. Pugsley going from acting half-back. On his own though, ball lost in the tattle. And Leeds allowed to get the ball away in the tattle, but then concede possession themselves. Underway, looking for runners, couldn't find any for Leigh. So, error-ridden match at the moment. No way through for David Ruane. Leigh just a little disorganised at the moment. Costello on the charge. Good defence from Wayne. Well, Stewart made the point about playing rugby in the centre of the field, and Leigh have got to give the ball some hurt. An interception there by Wayne. Inside ball to Innes. Keep it moving to Iro. And Iro loses the ball. Well, double chances for both sides in the last few minutes. The ball obviously like a bar of soap at the moment. No way through for Ledger. It's the 4 points the difference at the moment. Hanson takes it up. Good defence again from Leeds. Malloy and Lowes once more. Elias now. Well, there'll be 6 more tackles as Pendlebury picks it up for Leigh. It out to Donahue. Donahue looking for space. Still going Donahue. On to man. Inside to Baldwin. Brilliant play from Leigh. That's the best we've seen of the home side so far. And Leigh get the penalty. That was better play from Leigh, Stewart.
Tremendous play there from Leigh, working that ball well out to the far side in the drier areas, and just showing again what Leigh can do when they get some spell with the ball.
So Donahue made the break. Mann took it on, but nothing to show for their efforts. Just results in a penalty. They're lying on at the tattle, but sets the position up now. 15 metres out for Leigh. The home supporters get behind their side. First man in is Hanson. Malloy is the tattler. Leigh 10 metres short. Now with Pugsley. On to Costello. Costello drives in to Hanley. 5 metres short. Can Leigh unlock this Leeds defence? Pendlebury forced to go it alone in the end, held up by Malloy. Just a couple of metres short. Well, Leeds hold them out once again. Well, it must be a knock on. Well, the referee has called them 10 metres out for head and ball to Leigh. Long pass out to Tanner. Tanner stopped by his opposite number, Gallagher. Pugsley goes from acting half-back, thrown back by Iro. Mann now to Hanson. It's a good charge from Hanson. Lowes and Hanley hold him up. Donahue now to Pendlebury. Back to Donahue. It's now with Ruane. Ruane stopped again by Hanley and Goodway. Good spell from Leigh, but they can't get over the line. Pugsley now. And Pugsley's in. Pugsley is in. 23 minutes on the watch. The pressure at last toll from Leigh. Stuart Pugsley's second try of the season. Much deserved effort. Ties the scores up at 4 points each with the conversion to follow. Nothing less than Leigh deserves, Stuart.
No, that's good reward for a good spell of pressure on the Leeds line. A lovely little chip through there by Pugsley.
So David Tanner, just 1 goal to his credit so far this season. The opportunity to put Leigh in front for the first time in the game. from the Leigh fullback. Scoreline that all the home supporters were looking to see. 24 minutes of the game gone. It's now a scoreline here at Hilton Park of Leigh 6 points, Leeds 4. So Andy Collier has come back for Leigh. Simon Baldwin got through a good spell of tattling whilst he's been on a substitute. And it's Gary Schofield with the restart for the visitors. Taken by Donahue, hands it on to Hanson. Leigh clear the quarter line. Will Leigh be encouraged by those 6 points? Elias taking it up now. Good defence from Iro. On to skipper Pendlebury. He's stopped in centre field by Dixon and Lowes. No way through for Andy Ruane. No way through for Pugsley. Leigh getting through tackles too quickly for their own good at the moment. Last tackle. Goes back to Tanner for the kick. It's a good one. It beats Gallagher. Gallagher picks it up inside his own quarter. And he's stopped by Collier and Pendlebury. So it's now Leeds from their own quarter line. No way through for Fallon. Fine tackle from Costello. Good run though by Goodway. Good defence by Collier again, low down. Lowes now on to Wayne. High tattle against the Leigh second rower, John Elias. Didn't look anything vindictive in that one, Stuart.
No, that's just one of those grey areas we've got this season where anything above the shoulder high, whether it's malicious or not, is penalised with a penalty.
And that's Leeds' first penalty of the game. So they're now in possession 35 metres from the Leigh line with Malloy. And a fine charge from Malloy. Takes it to the Leigh quarter line. Leeds looking to get their noses back in front again. Gregory to Wayne. Good defence from Costello for Leigh. Lowes now to Gregory. On to Dixon. Dixon was the runner. Stopped again just inside the Leigh 20 metres. Umbrellas up all round at Hilton Park. Kick ahead. Picked up by Tanner. Good defence though by Wayne. Leigh under pressure in front of their own posts. Hill wrapped up by Hanley. Hanley's the tackler again. Well, that's a good drive from Leigh. 15 metres from their own line now, but getting through tackles too quickly for their own good. Man on the break. Now it's Donahue taking them on. Donahue trying to get to his feet. Pugsley now for Leigh. Inside to Elias. Leigh caught on the 6th tackle. The second turnover of the game in Leeds' favour. And Leeds get a penalty as well. Well, a good clearing charge there from Leigh, but concede the ball unnecessarily on the 6th tackle, Stuart.
It's a bit petulant there, throwing the ball away and stopping Leeds from getting it. But that was a good run because Leeds, for the first 4 tackles, had kept Leigh penned on their own goal line, and then the last 2 brought the ball up to the halfway line.
So it's Lowes with the tap. Brings in Fallon. And Leeds 25 metres out. Looking for their second try of the afternoon. Gregory inside to Wayne. It's a good tackle. Lowes now moves it left to Hanley. Hanley gets the ball away to Dixon in the tackle. Collier makes the stop for Leigh. Leigh have really got to stop Leeds moving this ball in the tackle. Gregory now. With a bad pass, dropped by Iro, dropped on gratefully by Ledger for Leigh. Collier now. Runs into the 2 props, Wayne and Malloy. Hanson on the charge. Loses the ball again. Leeds with an overlap here. Iro going back inside. Keeps it moving to Wayne. Leigh up in numbers. Keep it moving. Good defence again by Leigh. Hanley now, out to Gregory. Gregory with men outside. The ball is lost. Backwards, says the referee. Gallagher picks up the pieces. Gibson now gets it back from Hanley. It's put to ground again on the Leigh quarter line. This is another good spell from Leeds. It's kicked ahead by Schofield. Leigh drop on it though. Good defence from Gary Schofield on Tanner, forcing Leigh backwards in possession. Leigh forced to drive clear from their own line. Hanley the tattler again on Collier. Leeds defence in an uncompromising mood at the moment. Wayne makes the stop on at Pendlebury. It's the last one. The kick comes in from Pugsley, taken just on halfway by Gallagher. And Leeds back in possession, 10 metres in the Leigh half of the field. Well, Lowe seemed to go the wrong way. It makes good yardage. Leeds keeping the pressure on. Gregory now, out to Schofield. Schofield wrapped up. Leigh stopped the ball in the tattle. Oh, Gregory now, on to Malloy. Keeps it moving to Iro. He drops it. And Leigh come up with possession again. So he's got me Andy Collier driving clear, but can't get away from Iro. Mann now gets away from the first tackler. And the second. How far can he go? He's looking for his speed man. Mann still going. Steps inside. Good defence from Gallagher. Leigh looking to keep it moving. Now with Donoghue. Out to Hill. Hill forced back inside. Slips. Yet another good reply by Leigh. 35 metres out. Good break from Mann. Pendlebury. Collier goes without it. Picked up by Schofield. Leeds quick to move the counter. Lowe still going. Stopped 10 metres short of halfway. So toing and throwing a bit at the moment. Hanley to Gregory. On to Wayne. He takes it up to halfway. Gregory now to Malloy. These Leeds props making good yardage when in possession. Now they bring the backs into play. Innes. Lowe's behind the play, the ball. Out to Gregory. Long ball to Schofield. Into the line comes Goodway. The ball's taken by Fallon and he loses it. Well, surely he cannot give that try, Stuart. He never seemed to ground that ball to me, Stuart.
Although Jim Fallon in there for his second try, he certainly looked to ground that ball and the ball was lost. Whether he got the ball down over the line, it just slipped out of his hands. And Mr. Holdsworth had no doubt he indicated the try straight away. He won't have done himself any favours with the Leigh fans this afternoon, did it?
Well, Leigh supporters not happy with that decision. That won't change the scoreboard. A reminder that this is a Stones Bidder Championship First Division fixture here at Hilton Park. Scoreboard shows that Leigh 6 points, Leeds 8. So Donoghue with the restart for Leigh. Hanley picks that up 15 metres from his own line. Clears the quarter line before he's brought down. So Leeds in possession, midfield, 30 metres from their own line. Good charge from Dixon. Lowe's now inside to Goodway. Good tackle on Goodway. Goodway plays it to himself. Well, that was hardly a good play, the ball by Leeds, but Mr. Holdsworth lets them play on. Leeds in possession, just in the lee half of the field now, with Gregory out to Schofield. He drops it. Knock on. Ironical cheers from the home supporters. Bit of excitement creeping in at the moment, Stuart.
Yes, it is. A lot of the crowd not happy with Mr. Holdsworth's decisions. Gary Schofield just couldn't take that ball. It was just too low down. It's terrible conditions now. Middle of the field really chained up.
So Leigh win their 5th scrum of the afternoon. No way through for Donahue, but backwards indicates the referee as he drops the ball. Scott Mann now looking for way down centre field. So Leigh take it up to halfway. Plays hardly recognisable at the moment in these conditions. Hanson on the charge now. Good defence though from Malloy. In fact, it's Gallagher, I beg your pardon. Pendlebury now. Looking for Costello to crash through the gap, but couldn't. Last tackle indicates the referee. Pendlebury gets the grubber kick away. Fallon takes it 10 metres from his own line. And Leigh make the stop. So we're inside the last 4 minutes of this first half. Leeds in possession inside their own quarter line. Well, good handling there from Malloy. Ball must be like a bar of soap at the moment. Here comes Innes in the line. Blows behind, they play the ball. On to Gregory. Fine ball to Schofield. Ball's on the floor again. Schofield tackled just as he was about to pass the ball. Certainly the slippery conditions and greasy ball adding to the excitement, Stuart.
As you just said, Derek, it must be like a bar of soap, and it's a great leveller when the conditions are like this. You can't use your pace and you can't use your skill, you've just got to battle it out, and the side that does the best battling will win this game.
Ball's dropped again in centre field by Tanner on the first tackle. So Leeds looking for more points before the interval with Schofield. It's on to Iro. Well, Leigh stopped the ball in the tackle this time. Blows now to Schofield. Schofield slips. Nobody looked as though they wanted the ball on the Leeds side then. Blows now on to Wayne. Good charge from Wayne. Blows now to Gregory. Gregory looking for runners. Takes them on in the end. Stopped by Elias. Knocked on by Lowes. The error count rising by the minute. And scrum it midway between halfway and the Leigh quarter line. Well, it's certainly been an error-riddled match in absolutely atrocious conditions. Good tackle coming in on Tanner. Scrum count now 7-4 in Leigh's favour. No way through for David Ruane. No way past for Ledger either. Leigh not making any progress in these heavy conditions in centre field. Collier now takes it into the Leeds half of the field, stopped by Wayne. Kick comes in from Andy Ruane. Fallon will take that again, 10 metres from his own line. Leigh tattlers are there, good chase. We're inside the last minute of normal time at the end of this first half. Gallagher now, stopped on his own quarter line. Identifying players very difficult now at this stage. We hope they change shirts at half time. Schofield now. On to Malloy. Great defence though by Donahue. Ball goes behind Innes. Brought down by Ledger in the end. Blows now. And it on to Wayne. Ball is lost. Lee Hanson picks it up for Leigh. Brought down by Hanley, who didn't like it. charge by Costello. Great defence though by Malloy. Pendlebury now. On to Hanson. Hanson gets over the quarter line, but loses the ball again. Possession to Leeds. Gregory now. Dropped by Iro. Will he get it back? Pendlebury now. Forced to take them on in the end. Well, the hoot of goals to bring to an end the first 40 minutes. It's a half-time scoreline here at Hilton Park of Leigh 6 points, Leeds 8. We'll take a short break. Join us for the second half. Well, welcome back to Hilton Park. A reminder that this is a Stones Bidder Championship First Division fixture, and it's a half-time scoreline of Leigh 6 points, Leeds 8. Leeds have made one substitution during the half-time interval. Mike O'Neill has come on to replace Paul Dixon, who has been credited with the first try. Thankfully, the players have changed their jerseys. I don't think there's any substitutions in the Leigh side. We'll check that as we're going on. Leigh knock on at the play of the ball, and we'll have a first scrum of the second half. Scrums in the first half were 7-4 in Leigh's favour. Penalties 3-2 in Leigh's favour. The scoreboard shows that tries were 2-1 in Leeds' favour, and Leigh win one against the feed. Well, most unusual in this day and age. Hanson drives up for Leigh. Collier taking it up now. Good run from Collier. Stopped by O'Neill. Andy Ruane now. On to Elias. Elias stopped 5 metres short of halfway. Pendlebury now. No one with the Leigh skipper. Runs into O'Neill again. It's the last tackle. Leigh not done much with these first 6. Donahue gets a towering kick away. Played by Gallagher. All on, says the referee. And Leigh stopped him inside his own quarter. So, start the second half as we did the first. The early Leigh pressure. Gibson looking for a way through. Leigh stopped him in centre field. And the referee has wiped the slate clean, saying Leigh touched the ball at the first play of the ball. Sean Wayne driving in now. Laws brings in O'Neill. Laws to Gregory. Leeds looking to move the ball out wide now, get away from this paddy field in the middle of Hilton Park. Hanley, it's good defence from Leigh. Gregory drops the ball and Leigh get the advantage of the turnover. Collier drives him. Leigh supporters try to get behind their side. Xander Wayne goes from acting half-back, just makes 3 or 4 metres. Elias taking it up now. Defender is Wayne. Ruane now to... Well, it finishes up with Costello. Good defence from Sean Wayne again for the visitors. Kick comes in from Pendlebury. Comes off a Leeds player though. Leigh will get head and ball at the scrum. So Leigh win their second scrum of the half. Pugs are looking to take them on. Couldn't quite find Tanner as he found the gap. Elias now taking them on. Stopped by his opposite number, good way. Leigh just shy of the Leeds quarter line. Mann looking to take them on again. So Leigh now. No way through for Pugsley again. Gets the ball away though to Tanner in the tackle. He's brought down by O'Neill. Leigh trying to keep the ball alive. Under away now to Hansen. Hansen drives into the tacklers. Last one. Rubber kick picked up comfortably by Innes though. He drops the ball in the tackle. Well, early pressure again as in the first half from the home side, Stuart.
Yes, and Leeds used to come in there knocking on. I think that's Gary Schofield that knocked on again there as he was picking that ball up. And Leigh putting on some good pressure in the moment, and Leeds defence holding up at the moment quite strongly.
Well, Leigh come up with the scrum, not the best of scrums, almost pushed off it by the Leeds spike. Donoghue now. Terrible ball. Picked up though by Ruane. Ruane gets it back to Donoghue. Out to Mann. Mann goes back inside onto Ruane. Hanley is the tackler again. Leigh certainly giving the ball some air, but not breaking down this Leeds defence as yet. Good charge from Hansen this time. Held up by Wayne and O'Neill. Leigh 15 metres out. Good charge from Ruane. 10 metres out. Home supporters trying to raise their side. It's now with Pendlebury. Leigh go without it. It's kicked on. Where's the cover? Good defence. Leigh will get 6 more tackles. That had to be a good drop on by John Costello. Iro pushes Leigh back 5 metres more, almost to halfway. Donoghue now. And Leigh struggling in these conditions. Collier on the charge. Leeds getting the good tackles in, making the first time tackles count. Hansen again. Last one indicates the referee. Leigh electing to run it. The kick comes in. Should be a comfortable one for Fallon to take. 10 metres from his own line once again. And Leigh make the first tackle count. So Leigh need to force the error. Leeds need some breathing space. They've been under early pressure again from the home side. Now with Malloy driving him. Leeds still trapped in their own quarter line. Good run from Wayne. Schofield puts the kick in. Won't find touch though. Tanner picks it up on his own quarter line. And a 3-man tackle. Good chase from Iro, Hanley and Schofield. Mann wrapped up by Iro. Pugsley now onto Pendlebury. Good defence from Iro again. Leeds not giving Leigh any room to work with. Hansen takes them on. Good defence again in centre field by O'Neill. A break by Pugsley. Onto Elias looking for men. Nobody with him. Last one indicates the referee. Ruane puts the kick in. Taken safely by Gallagher. No pressure on him. On the clearing run. Big hits, but Gallagher stands his ground. Does a good job on that occasion for his colleagues. O'Neill driving in now. They having the better territorial advantage in these opening minutes of the second half. Sean Wayne brought down to ground. Now Leeds looking to work the move. Gregory. No one with him. Good tackle from Costello. Kick comes in from Schofield again. This time he finds a good touch. And They'll scrum it 10 metres from the leigh line. Well, Stuart, that's where Leeds want to be. It's taken them a long time to get there in this second half.
Yes, Leigh enjoying the territorial advantage. The game's been played in like the 2/3 of the field up towards the Leeds area, and that's the first time Leeds have been in that 20-metre zone in this half, and they're still not in possession, but that's where they'll want to be, and they're working hard in the forwards to get there.
So 9 minutes of the second half gone. The referee wants the scrum formed again. Pugsley with the feed. Leigh get the possession. Hill runs into Hanley and Schofield, and Leigh now forced to clear their own lines. Not the best of passes to Tanner, and Leigh under a bit of pressure at the moment, loosening both their substitutes up, looking to clear their lines desperately. Leigh want to bring off their 2 props. That's an interesting decision. Andy Goodway. It's the first penalty of this second half. And will Leigh get the chance to make their substitutions? The referee stops the clock. I think it's Stuart Pugsley receiving treatment. Leigh want to make their substitution now. So off go the 2 Leigh props, and on come Scott Martin and Simon Baldwin. So this an interesting ploy by the Leigh coach Steve Sims. David Rowan makes sure this time, finds touch 15 metres short of halfway. First one in is Collier. Andy Gregory claiming obstruction against David Hill. Referee Holdsworth will have none. So Elias now takes it up. Stopped just short of halfway. Scott Martin quickly in on the action. Good run down centre field, stopped by substitution on the other side, Mike O'Neill. Fine break by Tanner. Good defence though by Fallon. Man now for Leigh, out to Pugsley. Pendlebury tried to go through the gap, Leeds were quick to close it. Last tackle once again. High up and under from Tanner, that's the tester. Well, Leigh have finished up in possession, and the referee has given a turnover. Well, a bit difficult to see in these conditions, very murky out there at the moment. One can hardly tell who's who from a distance. It's Gregory now trying to get his forwards going to relieve the pressure. Malloy trying to drive clear, Leigh trying to keep them down there. Well, good run from O'Neill over the quarter line, that's where Leeds want to be. Gregory now. No way through, the Leigh defence holds again, and now it's the last tackle for Leeds. Well, Leeds get the kick away in the end. Taken by Tanner. Hanley is the tackler for Leigh. So Leigh back in possession. Go way through for Ledger. So Andy away now. On to Baldwin. Pendlebury now. Well, the ball is lost again in the tackle. Leeds get it back on halfway. With Wayne out to Iro. Inside, and Fallon drops it. Risky passes in these conditions, Stuart.
Certainly, I don't think Jim Fallon was expecting that inside ball there and put it down on the floor, but it's difficult to pass. We saw John Pendlebury lose the ball there when he was holding out to make one of those sleight of hand passes that he puts on, and very difficult in these conditions.
Well, Leeds win the ball against the head. It's the first scrum they've won in this second half. And it's Schofield now onto Iro. Well missed by Mann. Good defence though by Scott Martin. So it's Inniss now going from acting half-back. Leeds beginning to find another gear. We're 30 metres out. Slows behind the play the ball. Out to Schofield, to Gregory. Gregory through a gap. Gets it away to Schofield. Inside to Gallagher. Out to Hanley. On to Goodway. Superb handling from Leeds under these conditions. Good defence from Leigh. And superb defence by Leigh. Leigh up very quickly then on Gregory. Schofield now. And Leigh come up with possession. So Andy Collier trying to drive clear for the home side. It's very difficult for both sides to get out of their own quarter in these conditions. Toledo up to the 20-metre mark. This Leeds defence giving nothing away again. Collier now, and a fine break by Collier. Stop just short of halfway. Last one again indicates the referee. Andy Owain puts the kick away. It's a good one. Drives Leeds back to their own quarter line. Entertainment, first class again, Stuart.
Yes, tremendous spell of pressure from Leeds there, almost scoring the try, and then Leigh coming away. A good break up the middle of the field by Collier, I think it was, and then a lovely kick there that's put Leeds right back on defence. It's end-to-end stuff, and it's better football than we can expect in these conditions, really, Derek.
So excellent football from both sides, not afraid to give the ball some He's scrumming it on the Leeds quarter line. Leeds ahead 8 points to 6 at the moment. Scott Martin has gone to loose forward for Leigh. Scrum goes Leeds' way. Bring Fallon into the line. Good tackle from Martin. So Leeds now with Iro. Tries to use his bolt once again. This time Mann makes the tackle on him. Inniss this time dodging and weaving from half-back. Leeds now bring the forwards into it again. And once again, young Scott Martin amongst the thick of it. And thick is the operative word in the centre of the field at the moment. There's Malloy on the charge. Good yardage game by the prop. Good round of applause for Malloy for that drive. And Gregory kicks ahead. The ball goes directly out of play, and Leigh will get the advantage of the turnover. So Leigh looking to get on with things quickly. Hander away and goes from acting half-back, runs into Ellery Hanley. Neither side giving this one up. Simon Baldwin taking it up now. And really the conditions very trying at the moment. No way through for Scott Martin. Now he takes it up to the halfway line before he's stopped. Well, that looked high, but Wayne gets away with it. And Pugsley stopped just inside the Leeds half of the field. Under Wayne tries to sidestep through in these conditions. That's a bit ambitious, but he makes good yardage. Good kick ahead by Donahue. Nice kick ahead by Leigh. And Collier's in. Andy Collier is in. Well, Leigh have done it again. They've come back 18 minutes minutes of the second half. Andy Collier, the try scorer. The kick ahead from Donoghue unlocked the Leeds defence, Stuart. And really, Leeds were struggling on the ground on that occasion.
Yes, it was going to take something like that to unlock either defence, I think. It was a good kick there and kicked on twice, and he managed to fall over the ball on the line. Leigh have deserved that try. They put some good pressure on in this second half.
So, it's 10 points to 8 at the moment. With a conversion to follow from David Tanner. Certainly no rush to get on with things. The tremendous atmosphere we have here at Hilton Park this afternoon. It's quite electrifying at the moment. Both sets of supporters venting their feelings. Difference at the moment is one Tanner conversion. Now it's a second Tanner conversion. 21 minutes remain here at Hilton Park. The scoreline to warm the cockles of the hearts of the home supporters. It's now Leigh 12, Leeds 8, and probably battle. It was a variation in play. And it's now Leigh with the try scorer Collier. Well, just 4 points the difference, so this game far from over with. Scott Martin now. Tackle by Fallon. Scott Mann now brings in Tanner. Leigh playing with a newfound confidence now, prepared to take their more illustrious opponents on. Lyas gets past the first attempted tackle. They're still 10 metres short of halfway. Pugsley well wrapped up though by Lowes. Last tackle again. It's a fine towering kick. Gallagher picks up 15 metres from his own line again. Goes across field. Leigh stop him on the quarter line. That's where Leigh want to be playing the game, but Leeds don't want to be there. Leeds a little slow to regroup on this occasion. Innes tries to find a way through. And a very well disciplined performance by both teams in these conditions this afternoon. So Leeds now with Gregory. Brings in Malloy. Good defence from Collier and Baldwin. And kick ahead again by Gregory. Drop on the loose ball. Leigh take possession on halfway. Good chase though by Gregory. And Tanner looking for a way outside. Gets away from Malloy's attempted tackle. Takes the play back into the Leeds half of the field. David Ruane now. He's wrapped up by Lowes. Now under Ruane. Onto Collier. Good yardage game by Collier. Leigh will be looking to try and get a bit of a cushion. They know 4 points won't be enough. Elias gets the ball away well in the tackle. A fine try-saving tackle there from Lowes. Leigh keeping it moving. Martin out to Mann. Mann forced out of play. Leigh will concede a turnover. It's the fourth turnover of the game in Leeds' favour, but they're again possession deep in their own territory, Stuart.
Yes, they're moving the ball well within the set of 6, Leigh, and Leeds are struggling to get it out of that quarter when they have possession. That was a good run there up the touchline side. There was a couple of gaps there. If the ball had been moved quicker, we might have been seeing another Leeds try.
So Leigh trying to keep the pressure on Leeds once again. Leeds, I think, have been knocked off their game a little by this terrier-like tackling of Leigh. Gregory's long ball to Schofield, trying to bring the forwards amongst the three quarters now. The Leigh defence holds good yet again. The Leeds finally with Hanley, gets a good ball out there. It's a fine cover tackle coming in there from Pugsley on Gallagher. Hanley now out to Schofield to Gregory. The Leeds have no men over on that far side. It's a fine break. Inside to Gibson. Keeping it moving. But the ball's lost and Leigh come up with possession and then give it away. So Leeds keep the pressure on now with Malloy. Well, he had 3 men outside and he didn't pass. So visiting supporters time to cheer now. Gregory. 10 metres out, Leeds, looking to tie things up. Hanley behind the play the ball. Brings in Schofield. Too deep. Leigh will settle for that. Should have done better from that position, Stuart.
Yes, Leeds can't complain. They've had the chances there. That was only on the third tackle of the second set of six there. Leeds probably could have worked it and then tried something different, but Gary Schofield's a master of that chip over, and if it had come off, we'd have been saying what super play it was.
So David Hill on the charge for Leigh. Leigh need to settle it down and play the six now. Leeds need to force the error. Scott Marr looking for space down centre field. Quickly closed down by Hanley. Good charge from Elias. Oh, good charge again from Leigh. Penalty though. Goes Leigh's way. Use of the flat hand, I think he indicates, or is it a high tackle? Well, I think it's David Ruane. It's very difficult to distinguish the players at the moment. It's a fine kick from David Ruane. Fine touch, 30 metres from the Leeds line. Andy Ruane. First one in is Baldwin, I think. Certainly look alike Baldwin and Colley with the headgear on. Scott Martin now. Stopped by Goodway. Leigh turning the screw again. Skipper Pendlebury takes it up once again. Leigh going to be making another substitution. Pugsley now. Looks for a gap. None there. Can Leigh conjure up here? Nothing. The Leeds defence holds firm on this occasion. Last tackle. Well, it's a poor drop goal attempt by Andy Ruane. A bit ambitious at this stage in these conditions. But still 4 points the difference. Leigh want to make another substitution. Well, who's going off? I think it's John Elias who's gone off, and Lee Hansen who's come back. Steve Sims certainly moving the substitutes about. He may have just taken him off for a bit of a rest, because Leigh do have another substitution in hand. They've got to stop Leeds running with this ball. Leeds have dropped it, so Leigh get it back very quickly. So Leigh, 35 metres out. Fresh legs of Leigh Hansen taking it up. Well, it's certainly been a keen and hard-fought contest, this one. No way through for Collier. Pugsley again looks for the gap. Stopped on the quarter line. Last tackle again. Leigh still 15 metres out. Up and under comes in. Taken safely by Gallagher over his own try line. Leigh's looking to move it quickly. Now with Hanley. Good tackle coming in though from Leigh. And Leigh are penalised for lying on at the tackle. Well, that's Leeds' first penalty in this second half. Hanley takes it quickly. Leeds still 10 metres short of halfway. Still plenty of time left. Still got 11.5 minutes of normal time. It's anybody's guess who's got the ball at the moment. I know it's a Leeds player. Schofield now. Fine run by Malloy. Drops it. Leigh come up with possession. And Leigh clear their lines well. They're up to halfway once again. Now Scott Mann behind the play of the ball. Gets away from Iro. but not Innes. Collier now for Leigh. Again up to halfway. Hansen drives it in. Kick comes in from Ruane. Puts the pressure back on Gallagher. Leigh make the first time tackle count, and that's where they want to be playing it. Very difficult conditions underfoot. They push Fallon back as well. Well, Leeds desperate to get out of their own quarter yet again. 10 minutes remain here at Hilton Park. Gregory now trying to get his side some inspiration. Leigh tattling their hearts out. Well, again the defence stands its ground as the last tackle comes up. Schofield forced a kick in the end. All on, says the referee. David Ruane missed it. Barry Ledger picks up the pieces for Leigh. Leigh back in possession on halfway. Well, they've got to take them on. Leeds trying desperately to force the error. Leigh still prepared to run at them. Gets it away well now. Inside to Mann. Mann just lost his footing. Leigh playing the better football at the moment. Atrocious conditions. Hansen on the charge. Up to the quarter line yet again. Well, another good charge. As Leigh encroach ever nearer those Leeds posts. Donahue now. Well, it'll come back. Leigh will get 6 more with Tanner. Good defence from Gibson and Innes. And the referee has given a turnover. Well, Leeds are desperate for some help from somewhere. That's the 5th turnover of the game. Referee's interpretation was no advantage was gained. And Leeds just playing panic football at the moment, Stuart, under tremendous pressure.
Yes, trying to play catch-up football. Leigh have settled with the conditions much better than Leeds. It's not Leeds' style of play to be bottling it down the middle. But full marks to Leigh, they've worked hard and they're thoroughly deserving the lead.
So the time ticks by. Gregory nowhere to go. Can't get the ball away in the tackle. Schofield now gets it out to Iro, out to Fallon. That's a fine tackle indeed. Coming in from Pendlebury. Gallagher now gets it out to Schofield. Tanner takes that well. Innes makes the tackle, but Leigh will settle for the possession. David Ruane looking for space down centre field. I can't see there being much in these conditions. Leigh Hansen takes it up. Hanley makes the stop, but Leigh are up to halfway once again. Scott Martin tries to take on Ellery Hanley. Hanley wins that one. Collier now. Last one again, indicates the referee. Donahue launches the high one. And it's dropped again by Gallagher, but backwards, says the referee. But that's where Leigh want to be playing the game. The Leigh tactics right in these conditions, Stuart.
Yes, put the up and under up and let Leeds make the mistakes and keep them Leeds penned down in this 20-metre area. And Leeds have got to play football to get back up the field. Time's running out. Could be on for the famous victory again today.
Well, St Helens were the last and only team Leigh have beaten in the First Division this season. They will certainly settle for 2 league points from this position. 6 minutes on my watch of normal time remaining. Ball is dropped again. The panic football is not coming off. So Leigh win the scrum. Pugsley now to Donoghue. Leigh Hansen now. Up to the quarter line yet again. Leigh feel that a try could clinch this one. Collier slips as he takes the run up. Now will Leigh move it? Scott Martin again. He's certainly made a contribution since he came on. So Leigh 15 metres out. Well, the referee has disallowed the try. And another turnover to Leeds. So Leigh keeping the pressure on again. Iro now. He's one that can go the distance. Leeds on the break now. A fine inside ball to Gibson. Well, a try out of nothing. A try out of nothing. 90-metre try. 4 minutes from time. The Iro break continued by Innes. Gibson the try scorer.
Yes.
Well, Stuart, I'll let you talk about that one.
Well, that was typical Leeds football. That was a break from inside their own quarter. At the play of the ball following the turnover, Iro did very well, worked his way across the field, making ground all the time, found Innes did terribly well, took it down the outside. I thought he might go all the way himself, but just as he was about to be tackled, there was Carl Gibson popping up to score the set of the try that he used to score and hasn't done for a long time. So tremendous Leeds. They could have pinched this at the death, but there's still a few minutes football left at it.
Leigh 12, Leeds 12. And all the Leigh pressure has come to nothing again. And Leeds have really caught them with the sucker punch on the counter. So Leigh with the restart. Now what will Leeds come up with? Gregory takes that, hands it on to Malloy. That's a fine tackle coming in from Baldwin. Now Leeds will run it. I sense that they can snatch this one. Wayne takes it up. Good defence from Leigh, but Leeds making good yardage down centre field now. Gregory out to Schofield. The ball is dropped again. Backwards, says the referee. Well, Mr. Holsworth not the most popular man again round Hilton Park. Gregory now. Look forward to Fallon. Well, he gets the ball out to Schofield. And Leigh come up with possession. Now, is that the flop tackle? That was definitely a late tackle by Hanley, penalised by the referee. Hanley the man penalised, Scott Mann the man down. Well, Stuart, that's the first incident we've seen of the flop tackle this afternoon.
Yes, deciding that Ellery was in flapping there, but I think Ellery claiming he lost the ball in the tackle.
Well, he did, but I didn't see any reason to dive on with the knees like he did. I think that's what he's been penalised for. Leigh want to make a substitution. Andy Collier's going off again. I think John Elias will come back. There's only a minute remaining, though. So Andy away just settles for the touch. Coming up to 40 minutes gone on the clock. So Leigh driving minute in now. Hanley in on the Tatler game. Leigh 10 metres short of halfway. Elias quickly in on the action. Leigh don't want to drop the ball or make an error. Good defence again by Hanley. Certainly done his work on the tackling count this afternoon. Hanley again on Pugsley. Last one indicates the referee. Not the best of kicks. Possession goes to Gibson. Referee, will he penalise him? Yes. Well, what a silly penalty to concede, Stuart.
Yes, Carl Gibson obviously didn't feel he was held there, but the referee John Olsen said he was, and Leeds under all sorts of pressure now in the last minutes.
Well, we're into added time on my watch. Looks like death or glory for David Tanner, I would think. Getting as much mud off the ball as is humanly possible out there. Could all depend on this kick. Not ideal goal-kicking conditions, but Tanner has kicked two from pretty reasonable positions, and Gallagher has missed all three. That's the difference at the moment, Stuart.
Yes, Leeds 3 tries to 2, but as you say, John Gallagher has missed all his 3 kicks, and Tanner kicked the 2 that he's had, and the luck's with him this afternoon. He could be kicking Leeds to victory.
Well, hearts in the mouths of every spectator in this ground at the moment. David Tanner with the pressure kick. Very difficult conditions. But he's wide. Leeds will drop out from their own quarter line. We're into just the added time that the timekeepers have decided on now. And Leeds, I think, have settled for the draw. Schofield in no rush to get on with things. Lee Hansen takes that up for Leigh. Leigh 10 metres inside the Leeds half of the field. Hoping to drive and look for a drop goal, but there's no time. The hooter goes to bring to an end a quite exhilarating First Division fixture here at Hilton Park. It's finished all square. Leigh 12, Leeds 12. Leigh a try each for Stuart Pugsley and Andy Collier, both converted by David Tanner. For Leeds, try scorers Paul Dixon, Jim Fallon and Carl Gibson. No conversions from the boot of John Gallagher. Well, a final word from you, Stuart. I suppose both sides will be happy with 1 point.
I think so. In conditions like this, it was a tremendous game, and with a lot better football than we expected with conditions like this. And both sides have worked and given their all, and the forwards have stood up to the task well. I thought Leigh used the substitutions very well this afternoon, bringing men off and bringing men on when they were tired. And as you say, at the end of the day, the difference is the goal kicking. John Gallagher couldn't kick 3, Leeds 3 tries to 2, so they'll probably feel aggrieved that they didn't manage to pot one over. But at the end, Leigh had a lot of possession and a lot of position and worked hard at the game and thoroughly deserved the point.
Well, thanks a lot. So on behalf of Stuart Duffy, this is Derek Disley saying a final goodbye from Hilton Park with a reminder of this afternoon's scoreline. It's Leigh 12 points, Leeds 12 points.